Hello and welcome to Hedgewitch Hearthcraft. I'm Caitlin Rhiannon. Thank you so much for joining me for this look at the week ahead. I'm going to be using tarot cards and oracle cards to get an idea of the energy for the week of February 14th to 20th, 2021, and how we can best navigate throughout or within those energies. So I'm going to be pulling 2 cards for every sign of the Western Zodiac. The first card will be from the modern Spellcaster's Tarot, and that will give us an idea of what's coming over the coming week. And the second card will be from the Black Moon Astrology Cards Oracle deck, and this will give us some advice on how to navigate throughout or within the energy of the week. At the very end, I will also be pulling a Universal Manifestation card for everyone who joins me for this video, just to give us an idea of what to carry within ourselves as we move forward throughout this next week. So if you choose to skip to the cards that are pulled for your sign, make sure you are also jumping to the very end so that you can get a little bit of that goodness in your life for this week. Anyway, since it is still Aquarius season, let's go ahead and get started with our lovely Aquarians. Aquarius, your tarot card for the week of February 14th to 20th, 2021, is the 4 of Wands reversed. This creates a little bit of friction in your relationships and in your feelings of development, of success and manifestation. It is feeling a little bit tense this week for you, Aquarius, and it feels like you're not where you expect yourself to be or seeing the growth that you have been working towards up until this point. When it comes to other people, it feels like your relationships aren't fully stable for some reason. Maybe because your focus is in another area or more on yourself right now, and you just don't have the energy to put the focus on other people. Or vice versa, they are more focused on themselves and they're not able to be that supportive energy that you need. So you are withdrawing a little bit and turning that focus more inward. The oracle card that comes along with this is the 3rd house card. And this is about communication. So you're really being asked over this next week, especially if you are feeling like you're being isolated or shut down by the people who love you and the people that you love. If you feel like you are like closing them off, shutting doors, try to catch yourself, and maybe if you have to close a door, don't lock it, and make sure that the person knows that that's the case. But try to reach out. If you are finding yourself alone and lonely especially, reach out, because there are people in your life who are there to listen, who are there to talk back when you need it. But it might be up to you to be the one to swallow your pride and say, "Hi, I need to talk about something." Pisces, your tarot card for the week of February 14th to 20th, 2021, is the Page of Wands reversed. It's like you are losing touch with your own inner energy over this next week, and there is confusion in what to do with yourself, in your passions, almost like you don't know what makes you happy right now. You aren't sure what you want. So over this next week, especially as you are starting to move into Pisces season, coming into your own energy, you're not sure who that is right now. Maybe the person that you are now as you are coming into this energy this year is completely different from who you were this time last year. So try to make sure that you're not pushing yourself in a direction that feels wrong to you, but also there is a risk of almost immobility because nothing feels right. So the oracle card that comes along with this is Sun. So the Sun card asks you to just connect to yourself. The Sun represents the self, the being that is you. So take it slow, take it one day at a time. Get to know yourself again, Pisces. You probably don't really know who you are right now, and that's okay. This could just be a really temporary setback. It might just be that this week you're asking a lot of questions about who you are, what you want, what matters to you most now, and you're not necessarily getting all of the answers right away. So try to connect to yourself and listen to how you would answer those questions, because really, that's what matters. Aries, your tarot card for the week of February 14th to 20th, 2021, is the Knight of Swords. There is a lot of movement this week and a lot of ideas. I was going to say positive ideas, but they're not necessarily positive or negative. What you do with them is what makes the difference. And there is a lot of these ideas, these light bulbs, this mental inspiration going on over this next week that can help to push you forward and drive you more towards what you want and what you want to achieve, what you want to get and bring into your life. So there is a lot of opportunity for this. There can be a risk with communication with this of sort of mincing words, rushing, not necessarily communicating clearly in ways that everyone else can understand. And some people might take this energy as aggressive or short or sharp-edged somehow. So do be a little cautious with how you interact with other people as you're moving yourself forward through all of this. The oracle card that comes along with this is the 8th house card. And this is the transformation card. This is letting things rest so that something new can start. So as you are doing all of this thought work, all of this mind movement, make sure that you are paying attention to what is just not creating any progress, to what is maybe even creating actual backsliding, paying attention to what is not relevant to who you are anymore. This is a week of letting go, and that allows space in your life for welcoming in what you actually want. Taurus, your tarot card for the week of February 14th to 20th, 2021, is the 7 of Wands reversed. There is a little bit of a risk of feeling like you need to fight, feeling like you need to almost aggressively drive yourself forward this week, and then finding that the fight isn't really there and still staying on guard, still staying tense. So there is a risk of unnecessary tension and defensiveness over this next week, but there is also a potential positive energy with this reversal that tells you that you don't need to fight anymore. So if Taurus, if you can recognize where you don't need to fight, this, where you can just let things be and let go for a minute, there could be more opportunity for relaxation this week than you are anticipating. The oracle card that comes along with this is the 4th house. And the 4th house is about your family and your ancestry, where you are coming from, your home, your foundation. So with this oracle card, you're being asked to connect to your roots, connect to your foundation, to the people who have built the platform that you stand on. So connect to your family and your support energies. This does not necessarily have to be your blood family, but recognize that you don't need to isolate yourself. And if you do feel the need to defend yourself, reach out, because there may be someone in your life who is willing to defend you along with you. Not necessarily for you, but with you. Gemini, your tarot card for the week of February 14th to 20th, 2021, is the King of Cups. You are connecting a little bit more with your emotional self, and there's a sense of real emotional accountability over this next week, being responsible for how you respond to your feelings. There is a risk, Gemini, of trying a little too hard to control your feelings or control what your feelings are doing within yourself. So do make sure that you're focusing more on controlling how you respond and work with those feelings. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is the 1st house. And this asks you to connect a little bit more with your physical self. You're doing the emotional work, and that's really, really important. And that can help you recognize your physical needs as well. Because if your emotions are a little bit more balanced, more maintained, and you're being more emotionally responsible, taking care of your feelings, your physical self, your needs there are easier to identify. So over this next week, as you are doing this emotional work, make sure that you're listening to your body too. Listen to what the stress does to you, to what your feelings do to your physical self while you are working through that. and make sure that your base needs are being met. Doing this emotional work can be really, really deep and really positive and beneficial long term, but it can also be tempting to dive into those waters and forget about everything else. So make sure that your bills are paid, that you're being fed, all of those little things. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Cancer, your tarot card for the week of February 14th to 20th, 2021, is the Eight of Pentacles reversed. It's like you are trying too hard to take care of everybody else in your life this week, and there is a risk of not meeting your own needs because of it. You're doing so much work. You are trying really hard to build something up, either for yourself, most likely involving or to do with or for other people. You want to be supportive. You want to show that you can do this, that you can help, that you can be there. And for some reason, whatever reason, you're not able to do that, or things aren't building in the way that you want them to be developing. So it's like you're taking 3 steps forward and probably 2, maybe even all 3 steps right back. And you're beating yourself up because you're not seeing the results that you want. The oracle card that comes along with this is the fire element. And this can help you both to recognize what you need, recognize what you want, and what actually drives you forward, what actually ignites the fire within your belly. But also the fire element can destroy. So if you have been working on building something up that isn't actually relevant to you or who you are, or is solely for the sake of other people and has no benefit to you other than that, then there may be aspects of it that need to be deconstructed and transformed into something that you can actually work with. Leo, your tarot card for the week of February 14th to 20th, 2021, is the Knight of Cups reversed. And this is a little bit of a frustrating reversal because emotional movement isn't happening. Emotional conversations are being shut down, and your feelings are feeling stuck, or you are feeling stuck in your feelings. There is a sense of trying to move forward, trying to take action and see things grow, see things develop. And that growth and development is delayed or just not happening at all, as far as you can see anyways. And there is a feeling of shutting down, of not wanting to do the work with other people because they're probably not doing the work with you. This is a little bit of a give and take. And neither of you are giving or taking. So it's almost like a standstill for this week. The oracle card that comes along with this is the Part of Fortune. So this is actually a really good omen. And for advice, the advice that comes along with this card is to just pay attention to what is working. Pay attention to the blessings that you have because you have them. And this does act as, even though this isn't meant to be a predictive card, this does act as a little bit of a reassurance that things are improving. Even if you don't recognize the degree at which they are seeing improvement, this improvement and this forward motion is happening. So the Knight of Cups, you could just be feeling like things aren't going the way that you want them to because you're not seeing the results just yet. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to get those results in the end. Virgo, your tarot card for the week of February 14th to 20th, 2021, is the King of Swords. Real mental authority and accountability over this next week, Virgo. You are taking control of your thoughts, and you are no longer letting your thoughts control you. There is a sense of really connecting to your mental self and harnessing it, reining it in, no longer letting your mind run away with you, but also using your mind to move yourself forward. There's real balance here. The King of Swords can be a bit of a cold energy, has a bit of stoicism to him. And the risk that comes along with that energy is of shutting people out, of being so by the book and rigid that you have no room for flexibility or for breaking up your routine a little bit. So the oracle card that comes along with this is Scorpio, which asks you to stay a little bit fluid, to not stay too rigidly stuck in pattern or routine. Just because something is working does not mean that it needs to be a permanent fixture exactly as it is in your life right now. You can keep aspects of it that continue to work, but if something stops working, especially as you are figuring out what works and what doesn't over this next week, you can still do something with it. It might not do what you originally intended, but there's this sense of taking something that isn't doing what it's supposed to do and turning it into something new that fulfills a whole other purpose. Libra, your tarot card for the week of February 14th to 20th, 2021, is the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Now, there is a risk over this next week of trying so hard to take care of everyone else in your life that you stop taking care of yourself. This reversal can help with that. Some people see the reversed Queen of Pentacles as selfishness, but a lot of the time I see it as a need to take your care and focus it inwards. So over this next week, if you are catching yourself burning yourself out, taking care of everybody else in your life, maybe turn a little bit of that energy inward, even if it makes you feel like you're being selfish or self-centered. You are the main character in your own story, Libra, and it's okay to be the center of your universe. The oracle card that comes along with this is the Grand Trine. And this is an omen of good fortune, blessings, and abundance coming into your life. So even though it's not acting as a predictive card in this reading for you, there is this sense that good things are really, really coming, and to pay attention to your blessings. Pay attention to what is growing, especially if this reversed Queen of Pentacles causes frustration and feelings of disconnection from the material world because you are dissatisfied with what the material world is giving you. Pay attention to what's working. Pay attention to what is going your way and what is abundant. There is abundance in your life. It may not be where you are focusing your attention. Scorpio, your tarot card for the week of February 14th to 20th, 2021, is the King of Swords. Your mind is extra sharp this week, Scorpio. Try not to use that for evil. There's a lot of mental power, a lot of mental movement and mental force over this next week for you. You are connecting more deeply with your mind and with what your mind can do. So this is a highly intellectual week or introspective week even, going into yourself, focusing on your mental self, and figuring out what you know and how you can use that to continue your own movement forward. There is a real sense of driving yourself this week, or of driving the different areas in your life that you have control over, recognizing where you have control and exerting a little bit of power over those areas. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is the Grand Cross, which as a predictive energy is kind of a frustrating one, but as advice is look at what's not working and figure out why. You have all of this mental power this week, Scorpio, so use it to find solutions. The Grand Cross creates obstacles and challenges so that you can overcome them and become your highest, strongest version of yourself. So you have this opportunity to work with your mind and figure out what's working in your life and what isn't, and to take what isn't working and either throw it out or make it work. Sagittarius, your tarot card for the week of February 14th to 20th, 2021, is the Star reversed. You might not really know what you're doing with yourself this week, Sagittarius. Your sense of direction is foggy and a little bit unclear. You're just not sure. There's That's the general message of the whole week, is you're just not sure. You're not sure where you are, or where you're going, or what you're doing, or what you can do, or who you are. There's just a whole lot of uncertainty and a very clouded mind. Your way forward is not clear. The path ahead of you is overgrown, and it feels like you have to carve your own way forward, and that's really frustrating, and it's really intimidating, and you have no idea right now where this path is going to lead you. The oracle card that comes along with this is the third house, and this can help by providing communication. Other people in your life are there to help you, so you might have to be the one to reach out and ask for help, but it is there. That can help with this reversed star energy and give you the guidance that you need. You just might need to ask advice, or ask for advice. You don't need to have all of the answers all of the time, Sagittarius, and to expect that of yourself is really inhuman and really unfair. So turn to the people who are experts in this area or in the areas that you're dealing with this week, and they can help you to find a little bit of clarity or a little bit of direction. Capricorn, your tarot card for the week, February 14th to 20th, 2021, is the Six of Wands reversed. So the frustrating part of this is feeling like you've been doing all the work and not getting where you feel like you want to be or feel like you should be at this point. So there's some energetic imbalance over this week for you, Capricorn. You feel like you're spinning your wheels, going through the motions, stuck in a routine and not getting the results that you want. You're doing the thing, you're doing the work, you're putting in the effort, and it's not giving you any of what you expected. So there's frustration. There's a feeling of still being halfway to where you expected yourself to be by now. And the oracle card that comes along with this is the 7th house. And this asks you to connect with the people in your life rather than focusing on the achievement and the self-development. This week you're being asked to focus on the support energies that you have closest to you. The 7th house is our partners, our really, really close support pillars, the people that we have connected with and chosen to be the most important people in our lives. So pay attention to those people, and maybe just recognizing the connections that you have will help you to feel like you're making more progress, or recognize the progress that you are already making. Maybe you need an outside opinion to tell you how much you have grown. At the end of my readings, I like to pull a card from my favorite manifestation, motivation, affirmation deck, the Super Attractor. So I have pulled one card for everyone who joins me for this reading, just to give us an idea of what to carry within ourselves, how to focus our energy over the next week. So the card that I have pulled for us says, I can decide today to recalibrate my energy and commit to love and joy. I can decide today to recalibrate my energy and commit to love and joy. So to me, my interpretation of this card, I love these cards. I love this deck, just as an aside, because there is always the emphasis on choice. So to me, this card is about, I choose, I can decide today, I can decide right now, I can make that choice to recalibrate my energy and realign myself with love and joy. If I actively make the choice to realign myself with love and joy, then that opens up a whole channel of love and joy pouring into my life. Now, affirmations can be a little bit personal, so what this one says to me might be a little different from what it says to you. And if that is the case, I would love to know what this says to you down in the comments below if you feel like sharing. Thank you so much for joining me for this look at the week ahead. I hope that the readings in this video have been resonant and that they can provide just a sort of helpful, relevant compass to offer guidance, insight, clarity, whatever it is that you need to help you get through the energy of the coming week. Please like the video if it resonated with you, if it sang to your soul, and let me know in the comments what you thought of the cards that were pulled for your sign, what you thought of the Super Attractor card at the very end, what you'd like to see in the future. And make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I upload weekly and monthly videos like this to give us an idea of what's coming and how to deal with it. I have a guided meditation up now for grounding, and there will be more of those, more guided meditations and visualizations and things to come. But let me know what you want to see and what you would like to see done in the future. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me for this look at the week ahead. Thank you for letting me read for you. I hope you have a fantastic week. Happy Valentine's Day, and be good to yourself.